The Grand Tour, and welcome to my 10th video. I hope you enjoy this one. And again, yeah, we're still looking at StarForts, and trust me, they're really fascinating. Enjoy. When we talk about the Grand Tour, I'm not talking about Clarkson and his team. What I'm talking about is back in the 17th century, so 1650-ish onwards to the 19th century, there was a tradition or a custom for European aristocracy to send their children to do a European tour, and typically accompanied by a tutor. And so I don't think that this was an educational thing. I think this was for them to go and survey what they had stolen and what they were taking off us. And here on the Wikipedia page here, it tells you all about it and what happened. And they were supposed to be having a cultural tour to learn about the arts, etc. But I think it was a lot more nefarious, this what was going on. And of course, this would coincide, would then sort of like long term, we're talking then when the last great reset. And as we go down the page, we come to a nice picture of Francis Bassett. And this really caught my eye because he's got something in his hand. And if we zoom in a little closer here, we'll find out that he's got a plan of Rome. This is where he's heading off to. He's going off to go and see Rome. So I took a closer look. Here it is, plan of Rome. That's what it says. And I'm going to rotate it now and show you what's actually on that plan. So if I flick this round now, and we can see we've got a plan of Rome, it says at the top there, and on it we can see a star fort, and this is just next to the citadel of Vatican City, and then below it we've got another star fort. This is, totally unexpected. I didn't expect to find this, but it kind of proves what I'm saying. We start with a small star fort, and then that's accompanied by a larger star fort, pretty much like Valletta in Malta. And I'm going to zoom in now, and I've just highlighted the walls here. This is Castel Sant'Angelo, and as I say, this is just to the east of Vatican City. And if I pull out, here you go. I've actually drawn the line for the walls, except the middle line I feel is in the wrong position, actually having done this. And it's actually the line that they showed on the map. But I believe the walls would have extended north of the Castel Sant'Angelo and encompassed it as well. But there was this third area on the plan. And if I pull up my maps now, again, this was using Google Maps, and forgive my pronunciation here, Trastevere. Said that wrong. Trastevere. So we can see that this is basically a bastion wall around this area of the city. And this is what I believe the star forts were. They were walled cities. Within the city, there would have been manufacturing and living accommodations. And so all three. So this is not really defensive to me. I believe these walls were more practical. They had, Service tunnels within the walls. The water was pumped around the walls. All these bastion walls are watertight. They're designed to hold the water back. The water was reservoirs being used within these industrial areas. And they've probably all got a geothermal well underneath. And so the water needed to be there to cool it down. Now, I've turned this round here now, and I was just thinking how similar this is to Tilbury Fort. So this is Tilbury Fort appearing over the top of it. This is in the UK on the River Thames down Grays in Essex, Tilbury Port there. And then I realised just how similar it was to a Tudor rose. And so I've overlaid that over the top there. I think the petals might need turning, but hey. So yeah, and these are probably the same size, these forts. The one in Rome and Tilbury Fort. And probably, pre-Citadel. Just a quick word on castles, or maybe we want to say cast all or cast hall. Probably the first building where they would cast the first stone for the walls. It's a possibility. Thank you for Kathy and Great Yarmouth on that one. Okay, so as we continue our grand tour, we're going to go from Rome in Italy, and we're going to go up to south of England here and into Portsmouth. And I think that's the Gosport area of Portsmouth. And I've not got anything marked on here, but basically this is mostly naval land. It's a naval town. All the naval docks are down there. And I've turned on now my pointers for forts. And I'm going to look at the lie down now. And I want you to take particular note over when I zoom in. Just let me zoom in a little bit on this way. If we just to the west of the of Portsmouth, I want you just to note the shapes of these little lakes. They're irregular pentagons, basically. Now, just up above that pentagon, just a roundabout on this headland here, which is very angular, we've got an unmarked, well, there's a fort there, Fort Elson. Then we have Fort Brockhurst and Fort Rowan. And then we have an unnamed fort here. This one's unnamed. And then we should have another one just about here, really. In the, I think that might be Gomar or Galemore area. There should be one there. It's not there. They've built houses and a school over it. Over on the headland, down in the bottom corner, I think you can just about see there. I'll just zoom in a little closer. I'll just look up here first. There's, yeah, there should be some sort of a wall round here, really. But down at the south on this little bit of the peninsula here, there's Fort Monkton, which, as you can see, is a bastion style area fort. You're possibly like your original Castall fort, the small fort. Right, so zooming out, we're going to head north a little here and head up towards the M27 cuts across the top here, and there's a bit of a blue area here, but we'll ignore that one for the moment. And the bit underneath the M27 that sort of crosses the M27 is called Veolia Warren Farm. All under the M27. And just north of that was the Fort Nelson, and then we have Fort Southwick and Fort Purbrook, and a quarry there. That's Purbrook, and there's a quarry to the side of that, which who knows what was there, hey? So that was Fort Purbrook and the quarry, and a lovely golf course. That's a surprise. So I've changed to like the picture view, the satellite view, whatever you want to call it. The Grand Tour, we're going to continue now. I'm going to pop over to Belgium. Now, when I first started looking at StarForts, it came to my attention that the Netherlands and Belgium and these low-lying areas were full of StarForts. And the story is, if you go and look, that basically these were all defensive. And just change the view on that. And they ran along the coast. And yeah, and you can find lots of forts on the coast. But the defensive thing falls over. However, first of all, if I can find these without my arrows, there was one down there. And here we are. There's a couple here. There's a fort here that's virtually, it's an irregular pentagon, a bit stylized maybe, okay. And here we have another one over here. I'm not sure this is the series of forts I'm looking for. There we go. Here we are. So this is Antwerp. And you might have spotted it already, but let me just show you. We've got some forts. Well, we've got some little puddles. We start over here. If I start in the east, we've got puddle number, well, actually, it's puddle number 8. This is fort number 8. And I'm just going to see if this works. Put a measure on this. So from fort number 8 to fort number 7. Oh, pretty close. 2.03 kilometers. I'll just see if I can squeeze that down to 2 kilometers. And so that's fort 8 to fort 7. Fort 6 is here, which is a little short on that one. And it's 2 kilometers, near enough, bang on. And then we go over here, fort number 5. Sorry, I keep saying port. Fort number 5, and it's 2 kilometers again. If I just squeeze that, it's near enough 2 kilometers. And then over to fort number 4, and that's 2 kilometers. I'll just take it out onto the edge, I think, just to give me a bit more allowance on this. And so that's fort 4. So this will be fort number 3, which is 2 kilometers. And fort number 2, and that's 2 kilometers. And so I want fort number 1, but it's missing. It should be there at 2 kilometres, somewhere around there. And this is a fantastic bit of knowledge here that I'm handing over to you, because you can't see anything on the LiDAR. All of this is below sea level. It's very, very, very flat. You cannot see anything. Anyway, that's a ring of forts. Oh, by the way, here is, oh, there's a golf course. There's a surprise. Now, I wasn't expecting that, were you? I was expecting that. Oh, look, there's another little puddle up here. Let's see if we can, is that, maybe not 2 kilometres from there. What have we got at 2 kilometres from here? We will find that we've got a puddle at 2 kilometres. It could be it could be underneath the river. But we will find, there should be, and I've not checked where these are before doing this, but there should be another fort at 2 kilometres. It should be on that arc at 2 kilometres. However, it's not always perfectly 2 kilometres, but it is multiples of half kilometres. I'm just going to flick back over onto, no, it didn't work. Go back onto the photo composite thing. This is 2 kilometres, and, well, I think really there should be a fort there, but it looks like it's had a bit of a quarry going on, and a bit of definitely demolition going on in there. Anyway, I started noticing these things, and they were in a ring around Antwerp. And so I started looking, and I looked a little further and a little deeper into this. And in fact, I'm going to pull right back, because I started checking every 2 kilometres. And let me click on here, and we will get a Lotus Stars show on my map here. Oh, and here we go. There you go. All these are forts. They're all a castle in a lake. Let's have a look. Oops. That looks pretty, very interesting. What do you think? Am I onto something? Or am I onto something? Let's close that one off. Let's go and have a look at random. Pull that one. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Now, you're going to tell me this is not a StarFort, but what I'm going to tell you is that these are in fact related to the StarForts. These are all, in this case, I believe that these are pump houses. These are basically, we're below sea level here. And if you've got a city here, Antwerp, and it's a StarFort, and you've got a big StarFort, a big city, you need to feed your people. You need farmland. This farmland is basically at sea level or just below, probably slightly, actually just slightly just above here in Belgium. But yeah, you need to pump the land out. They knew that years ago. hundreds, thousands of years ago. They knew that. And these are all, I believe, built by the same people that built the StarForts. And this one's been half destroyed here. If I can get on the pin. There you go. Oh, lovely. Look at this architecture. Look at that. Fantastic. I'm not saying this is the original, but I'm saying that this island in this little pond was there and built by the same people that did the StarForts, and this was probably to pump the water out. And the reason why I'm jumping to that conclusion is partly because there are so many dikes and so many, you can see all the irrigation in the water, the channels and stuff. But some of these do actually link up and have irrigation channels running between them. And as I say, what drew me to this attention and how I found them, very easily on this irregular pentagon over here, measure of distance, and I'm set to metric on here. And oops, okay, that was slightly off because it probably has to go via there, which is disproving it. It's 1.5, it's 1.66 kilometers. It's disproving my little theory there. But however, there could well be one missing around here, but they are near as damn it 2 kilometers apart. And I obviously picked the wrong two there. And this is how I have found all these spots. Let's try this distance here. From here, like I say, I'm just doing this live to you. There, 4.23. That's probably, if I squeeze that down and that down to the middle, there you go. Approximately can you measure 4 kilometers accurately? Without a sat nav? Can you? How have they done that? Go and check video 3 if you haven't already. It is possible to do that. But yeah, so that's over here. That's 4.7. So we're probably over to this one, 4.2. I'm now disproving what I've been saying to you, that they're all 2 kilometers apart. Trust me, you'd never find, well, you would if you looked hard enough, these little ponds with castles on top, with forts. Another one. Another one. Will this pull one up? No, this one won't pull one up. Fort Knox, airsoft. I don't necessarily think I don't think that one's the right one. I think we probably want to be on Fort Vander Knons. Sorry, I'm not going to even attempt to do my Dutch on that one. Look at that. Look at that. Would you not say that that is spectacular? Can we build like that today? Would we want to build like that today? I don't know. You tell me. So, that's Antwerp. Look at those points. Go and check it out. Go and do it yourself. That's Amsterdam. Look at these places. Oh, here's a nice one actually, just remembered. One I spotted last night. If we can see it, can I see it on here? Does it show on here? Is it that one? Have I got to the right one? Again, like I say, no preparation. I'm just doing this off the cuff here for you. This one. Down here. Is that a StarFort? Can you see the bastions? Can you see this? Look at this. Benedictine Abbey at Dendermonde. Do you like that? It's full of them. And I've got my reasoning why they have survived these wonderful, wonderful buildings with their absolutely ginormous doorways. I can give you a fairly good answer as to why they have survived for so long in such pristine condition. And that's because they were underwater for many years. Many, many years. People couldn't get to them. They were under the water. And this is why I believe there is such a rich heritage of these sites all around the Netherlands, all around Belgium. It's because they're at or below water level. This has saved them, saved the architecture, saved the evidence. Let's have a look. Have I clicked on this one before? I don't know. Can't remember. Looks familiar. Let's try this side of the river. Not many pictures on this there, but look at that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful brick wall. Look at that. Fantastic. And that's probably all we've got of that. All I can see on these pictures are brick walls and brick walls. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that little bit. We'll probably continue this grand tour in another area next time. Thanks for watching. And there you go. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. Thanks. I'm making these videos to change the way you think, because almost everything you have been taught was designed to program you to stop thinking critically and accept everything you are told as truth without question.